It's tell the world. So this is hopefully one of the biggest challenges that I have, I guess, imposed upon myself to do, and it requires a massive amount of will. But we have a Grade 2 listed building in Beverley called Springhead Pumping Station. And it used to be a museum. It's now not a museum. It's still an operational site, but it's not being used. And we spent £2.5 million investing in the exterior renovation of it. It's a beautiful building, but I want to use this space to talk about our water culture agenda. So we have a 25-year plan to actually change the way that customers think about water in the city, and that's about investment into our infrastructure, and that's about having conversations with big business around how we can actually affect change, how we can make Hull more resilient to flooding, how we can create positive spaces, create green corridors in Hull, how we can create ecosystems within new urban regeneration. And like this is big stuff. This isn't stuff that you can just turn on immediately. So what this allows us to do is to present this in a public forum to our communities and to our stakeholders and say, look, this is our intention. Do you want to be a part of it? We want to use this as a way to tell our story really for what we think Hull's future is going to be. Weave in first season, and really use it as a platform to affect change and to create shortcuts with these key people who can affect change, whether it be community leaders, whether it be big business, whether it be directors, whether it be contractors. We want to invite them all and say, look, this is our proposal. What do you think about it? And the nice thing about doing it in the Grade 2 listed building is that we are presenting the future within our past. So the Grade 2 listing is an 18th century, it's been there for years, and what we want to do is celebrate our past but also celebrate our future. And as an asset investment company, that's something that we can easily do and present. So we want to link that together through an exhibition. We want to take people through that in a kind of a curatorial fashion, and we're also becoming a curator, and chronologically kind of profile Hull's impact on water and vice versa. Supporting the economy, because ultimately it's going to generate jobs, which is the whole framework, which is what they want to do. It's about promoting water efficient regions as well, which is one of our framework objectives. So it's about making sure we always have enough water. So it's not just about always making sure that your taps are running, but it's about making sure that the right water's in the right place at the right time. So that's about kind of future planning and I guess doing preventative asset builds. And by profiling this and socialising this within the communities, it gives customers a real sense of what they're getting for their money, what they're paying their bills for. Because I don't think we're doing enough of that. We don't celebrate it. We're a business which traditionally creates loads of big assets, but then doesn't tell anyone about it because we're scared that there's going to be a rebuff or what have you. So we're slowly changing culturally from a protect business into a promote business. I suppose one thing that I really should address here is that all the plans look like they are massive plans that are completely unachievable for anyone who doesn't have a budget. And I think one thing I want to address is that no matter how big you are as a business, whether you're a big business or whether you're an SME, you'll have invested a level into supporting this, and you'll have an objective or a reason as to why you supported it. If you can just throw another third of that budget into activating a brand and trying to use it to leverage your activation, whether it's about working with customers, whether it's about getting contracts, whether it's about improving your reputation, whether it's about raising your brand awareness, there are opportunities that you can do, and you can do them relatively low cost. These can be very expensive things to do, but that's not to say that you can't scale them down. So although this is an exercise in how you can spend a lot of money doing something, I think the rules could apply and you can create a similar framework even if you have, I don't know, 5 figures to actually do something.